In this video, we'll uncover the most valuable wheat pennies you should be on the lookout for. We'll break down what makes these coins so special, how much they're worth in today's market, and what you need to know to sell them successfully at auction. First up, the 1957 D wheat penny might seem like just another old coin. But for collectors, even common pennies can hold value when examined closely. In this video, we're going to explore the history, design, minting, and current market value of the 1957 wheat penny with the D mint mark, especially in good condition. Whether you're just getting into coin collecting or you've come across this coin in a collection or pocket change, this video will help you understand its significance and worth in today's market. The 1957 D wheat penny is part of the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which ran from 1909 until 1958. The D mint mark on the coin indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint. During this period, the United States was producing large numbers of 1-cent coins, and the Denver Mint was one of the major facilities contributing to that output. In 1957 alone, the Denver Mint produced a total of more than 1 billion wheat pennies specifically, over 1.05 billion. That high mintage means the 1957 D penny is not considered rare. In fact, it is one of the more common wheat pennies out there. Because of this, it typically doesn't command high prices unless it's in exceptional condition or has a unique error. On the obverse, or front of the coin, you'll find the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait has been used on the penny since 1909 and remains on the coin today, though with various updates over the years. Above Lincoln's head is the motto, "In God We Trust," with liberty to the left and the date, 1957, to the right. Just below the date, you'll see the small D mint mark indicating the Denver Mint. On the reverse side is the iconic wheat design, which gives the coin its nickname, the wheat penny. This side was also designed by Brenner and features two stylized wheat stalks along the edges. Between them is the denomination 1 cent, and above that, the words United States of America. At the top of the reverse side is the motto E pluribus unum, which translates to out of many. One, because this coin was produced in such large numbers. Most examples found in circulation are not especially valuable. In average circulated condition, what collectors refer to as good or fine condition, the 1957 D penny is worth about 3 to 10 cents. That's slightly more than its face value, but not by much. However, coins in better condition can be worth more. If you find a 1957 D wheat penny in extremely fine condition, meaning it has only minimal wear and retains much of its original detail, it could be worth between 25 cents and $1. In uncirculated or mint state condition, where the coin has never been used in everyday commerce and has retained its original luster, values can rise significantly. A 1957 D penny in MS 63 condition, for example, might be worth $2 to $5. Higher grades, such as MS 65 or MS 66, can fetch between $10 and $20 or more, depending on the quality and the market. Some of the most valuable 1957 D wheat pennies are those that have been graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services, like PCGS or NGC. These coins are extremely well preserved and show almost no signs of wear. Because they are much rarer in such high grades, collectors are willing to pay a premium for them. A certified MS 67 1957 D wheat penny can sometimes sell for $50 or more, and in rare cases, even cross the $100 mark if the coin is especially attractive with strong eye appeal. It's also worth mentioning that certain error coins from 1957 D can be significantly more valuable. Errors such as double-die obverses, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes can command high prices, depending on their severity and rarity. Some error pennies from 1957 D have sold for hundreds of dollars. So if you think you found an error coin, it might be worth having it examined by a professional. In general, the key factors that determine a coin's value are its condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. The 1957D wheat penny is not rare, but it still holds a place of interest for collectors, especially those trying to complete a full set of Lincoln wheat cents. If you have a 1957D penny in your possession, take a close look at it. Consider its color, level of detail, and whether it has any unusual markings. If it appears to be in excellent shape or has a possible error, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. Otherwise, it still makes for a great addition to a beginner's collection or as a piece of American history. To sum up, the 1957D wheat penny is a common coin, but its value can range from just a few cents to several dollars depending on its condition. In the current market, a typical 1957D penny in good circulated condition is worth about 3 to 10 cents. Uncirculated examples can be worth several dollars, and high-grade or error coins can be worth significantly more. Next up, the 1939 wheat penny without a mint mark is a coin that many collectors are familiar with, especially those interested in early 20th century U.S. coinage. While it is not considered rare overall, certain aspects, including its condition and historical context, give it value in the world of numismatics. In this video, we'll take a closer look at this specific coin, including its design, production background, grading details, and, most importantly, what a 1939 wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition is worth in today's market. The 1939 wheat penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series. First introduced in 1909, these pennies are often referred to as wheat pennies because of the two wheat stalks on the reverse side of the coin, which were used in the design until 1958. The wheat design was created by Victor David Brenner, whose initials, VDB, appear subtly on many issues. The coin features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, the first time a real person was featured on a U.S. circulating coin. In 1939, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 316 million wheat pennies. Unlike coins minted in Denver or San Francisco, Philadelphia coins do not carry a mint mark. That's why this version of the 1939 penny is simply known as the no mint mark variety. Due to its high mintage, the coin is generally easy to find in circulated condition. However, when it comes to higher grades, particularly coins that have survived in extra fine condition or better, the number of surviving examples drops significantly. That is where collectors start to pay closer attention. Let's take a moment to understand what extra fine means when evaluating a coin's condition. Coin grading is the process of determining how much wear a coin has sustained since it was struck. Grades range from poor, which is barely identifiable, to mint state, which means the coin shows no wear and retains its original mint luster. Extra fine, often abbreviated as XF or EF, refers to a coin that shows light wear only on the highest points of the design. In an XF 1939 wheat penny, most of Lincoln's hairlines, cheekbone, and jaw will be clearly visible. On the reverse, the lines and kernels of the wheat stalks should still be mostly sharp, with only minimal flattening at the tops. Coins in extra fine condition are considered desirable by many collectors because they strike a balance between affordability and quality. These coins retain much of their original detail, offering a strong visual appeal without reaching the higher costs associated with mint state examples. So, how much is a 1939 wheat penny with no mint mark worth in extra fine condition today? Based on current market trends and pricing guides, this coin typically sells for around 75 cents to $1 in extra fine condition. That value reflects its relative availability in circulated grades and its age, which adds historical interest for collectors. While that may not seem like a large amount, it's still several times the coin's original face value and makes it a worthwhile find, especially if it has been preserved well. However, The coin's value can go higher depending on the specific condition within the extra-fine range. A coin graded XF45 will usually command a higher price than one graded XF40 due to slightly better detail and eye appeal. Additionally, coins with nice original color, fewer contact marks, and even toning are generally more attractive to collectors and can fetch a premium. In the same way, if the coin has been cleaned, damaged, or artificially altered, its value can decrease significantly, even if it technically meets the criteria for extra fine wear. It's also important to compare this coin to its counterparts from other mints in the same year. In 1939, pennies were also produced in Denver and San Francisco. The Denver minted penny has a D mint mark and had a mintage of just under 16 million coins, while the San Francisco Mint struck around 52 million pennies. Although the Philadelphia coin had the highest mintage, it is still collectible, especially in grades above very fine. Beyond standard issues, collectors are also on the lookout for varieties and errors. While no major doubled dies or other significant varieties are officially recognized for the 1939 no mint mark penny, minor die breaks, off-center strikes, and repunched dates can occasionally be found. These types of errors, if dramatic and in decent condition, can significantly increase the coin's value, sometimes bringing in several dollars or even more. However, these are not common and should be authenticated by a reputable coin grading service if discovered. As always, coin values are influenced by the market, which can change over time. The popularity of Lincoln Cents as a collectible series continues to support stable values for coins like the 1939 no mint mark penny. Many collectors try to complete full sets of Lincoln wheat pennies by date and mint mark, and that keeps demand steady even for more common dates. Coins in extra fine or better condition are particularly attractive to these collectors, which helps maintain their value in the current market. In conclusion, the 1939 wheat penny without a mint mark is a common coin in lower grades, but still holds solid collectible value when found in extra fine condition. In today's market, its value generally ranges between 75 cents and $1. While it may not be the most valuable wheat penny out there, it remains a desirable piece of American coinage history. Its iconic design, historical context, and place within the broader Lincoln Cent collection ensure that it will remain relevant among numismatists for years to come. Next up, the 1954 wheat penny is one of those coins that many people still find in old jars, coin rolls, or even in pocket change. While it's not the rarest coin in the wheat penny series, it's still a piece of American history and can hold some value depending on its condition. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the 1954 wheat penny, its background, design, minting information, and most importantly, what it's worth today in normal circulated condition with typical wear, also referred to as normal damage by casual collectors. The 1954 penny is part of the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. These coins feature a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and two wheat stalks on the back, hence the nickname Wheat Penny. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the wheat cent became one of the most iconic and widely collected coin types in American numismatics. Let's start by looking at the coin's mint mark. The S on the 1954 wheat penny stands for the San Francisco Mint, which was one of the 3 U.S. mints producing pennies at that time, along with the Philadelphia and Denver mints. In 1954, the San Francisco Mint struck approximately 96.2 million 1-cent coins. While this is not a particularly low mintage number, it's lower than the Philadelphia and Denver issues of that year, giving the 1954 a slight edge in collectability over its counterparts. From a design perspective, the coin features Lincoln's profile on the obverse, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" along the top edge, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1954 to the right. followed by the small S mint mark just below the date. The reverse shows the denomination 1 cent in large letters at the center, with United States of America underneath. The words "A pluribus unum" curve across the top, and two stylized wheat stalks flank the design on either side. Now, let's talk about condition, which plays a major role in determining a coin's value. When we refer to a coin in normal damage condition, we are typically talking about circulated coins that show moderate to heavy wear. These coins have been used in everyday transactions and have likely lost much of their original mint luster. Edges may be worn down, details in Lincoln's hair and coat may be faint, and the wheat stalks on the back may appear smooth or flat in places. While these coins still retain their original design, the signs of handling and age are visible throughout. This level of condition corresponds roughly to what numismatists would call good to very fine grades, depending on how much detail remains. It's worth noting that normal circulation wear is expected for a coin that is over 70 years old. However, because wheat pennies were minted in large numbers, condition has a strong influence on value. A heavily worn coin is usually less valuable than one in crisp, uncirculated condition at present. A 1954 S penny in typical circulated condition, showing average wear, no mint luster, and no major errors, is worth between 5 and 15 cents. While that may not sound like much, it's still 5 to 15 times the coin's original face value. The exact value depends on the specific condition of the coin. A well-worn example may bring closer to 5 cents, while a slightly better-looking circulated coin with clear details and minimal surface issues could go for 10 to 15 cents. Coins that have been damaged beyond normal circulation, such as those with deep scratches, heavy corrosion, or signs of cleaning, may not hold much collector value at all and often trade only for face value or slightly above. On the other hand, if you happen to find a 1954 S penny with only light wear or with unusually attractive color and eye appeal, you might see slightly higher prices from interested buyers or dealers. Of course, higher-grade coins are worth more. A 1954 S wheat penny in extra fine, XF condition might be worth around 50 cents to $1, while uncirculated examples can be valued at $1.50 to $5 or more, depending on their quality. Coins that have been professionally graded and received a high mint state grade from a grading service like PCGS or NGC can bring in $10 to $30 or more, especially if they have strong luster and sharp strike details. One thing to look out for is errors. While the 1954 S is not known for any widely recognized major errors, small mint errors do exist. These include die cracks, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks. If you suspect your coin may have an unusual feature, it could be worth a closer look by an expert. A genuine and dramatic mint error can boost a coin's value significantly, sometimes into the hundreds of dollars, but these are rare. In the end, the 1954 S wheat penny in normal, circulated condition holds modest value in today's market. It's not considered a rare coin, but it still has appeal for collectors looking to complete a set of Lincoln wheat cents by date and mint mark. These coins also serve as great historical pieces, offering a tangible connection to American life and currency from the mid-20th century. If you have a 1954 S penny and it's in average circulated condition, it's likely worth around 5 to 15 cents. While it might not make you rich, it's still a collectible item, and keeping it in a coin holder or album can help preserve its value over time. For those who enjoy coin collecting as a hobby, even common coins like the 1954 S have their place in a well-rounded collection. Next up, the 1953 D wheat penny is a coin that often appears in old collections, junk drawers, and coin rolls. While not rare, it still carries historical interest and collector value depending on its condition. In this video, we'll look at the 1953 D wheat penny, with a focus on coins found in full dirty condition, those that have seen extended circulation, show significant wear, and have developed surface discoloration or grime. We'll explore the history, design, minting details, and most importantly, the value of this coin in today's market. The 1953 D wheat penny is part of the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which was produced from 1909 to 1958. These coins feature President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the reverse is designed with two wheat stalks flanking the words 1 cent. The wheat reverse design was created by Victor David Brenner and was used for nearly 50 years, becoming one of the most recognized and collected coin designs in the United States. The D Mint mark on the 1953 D penny indicates that it was produced at the Denver Mint. In that year, the Denver Mint struck more than 700 million Lincoln Wheat Cents. That high mintage means the coin is relatively common, especially in circulated condition. As a result, the coin's market value is generally modest, unless it is in exceptional condition or features a rare error. Now, let's define what we mean by full dirty condition. In collector terms, this refers to a coin that is heavily worn, likely discolored from age, handling, or exposure to the elements, and with no remaining mint luster. These coins often appear brown, dark gray, or even have surface grime or spotting. While such a coin may still be easily identifiable, most fine design details will be worn down. Lincoln's hair and jawline may be smooth, and the wheat stalks on the reverse may be flat or partially faded. In official coin grading terms, this would likely fall into the good to very good category, possibly even lower depending on the extent of damage or corrosion. Because of the sheer number of 1953 D pennies minted, coins in full dirty condition are extremely common and are often considered low-end collectibles. Still, they hold more value than face value due to the historical appeal of wheat pennies and the interest among collectors trying to complete full sets by date and mint mark in today's market. A 1953 D penny in this heavily circulated state is typically valued at around 3 to 5 cents. This value is based on the coin's age and collectability rather than its metal content, as the penny is primarily made of copper and contains no precious metals. While not valuable in monetary terms, these coins can be interesting to newer collectors or those assembling budget-friendly Lincoln Cent collections. Some coin dealers may offer these coins in bulk, often priced by the roll or by weight. For example, a roll of 50 circulated wheat pennies might be sold for a few dollars, making the individual value of each coin just a few cents. On resale platforms or coin shows, sellers often group lower-grade wheat cents together for this reason. A single 1953 D penny in full dirty condition, unless it has an error or some unique trait, will generally not attract premium offers from collectors or dealers. Of course, it's worth noting that higher-grade examples of the same coin can be much more valuable. A 1953 D penny in extra-fine condition with clear detail and light wear might be worth 25 to 50 cents. In uncirculated or mint-state condition, where the coin shows no wear and still displays its original red color and shine, the value can rise significantly. A well-preserved 1953 D penny, graded MS-65 or higher, can be worth $5 to $15, and in very high grades with strong color and strike quality, prices can reach $25 or more, especially if certified by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. There are also rare error coins from 1953 that occasionally surface. These include repunched mint marks, die cracks, or off-center strikes. If a dirty 1953 D penny shows unusual markings or misaligned features, it could be an error coin. Even in circulated condition, certain errors can push a coin's value up significantly, sometimes to $50 or $100, depending on rarity and collector demand. However, most 1953 D pennies do not fall into this category. For collectors who enjoy the historical aspect of coin collecting, even a worn and dirty wheat penny has value. These coins were in use during a unique period in American history, post-World War II, and during the early Cold War era. Each coin tells a story of the countless hands it passed through over decades. Many collectors enjoy preserving these coins as part of that history, even if their market value is low. In summary, the 1953D wheat penny in full dirty condition is a common coin with modest value. In today's market, expect it to be worth around 3 to 5 cents depending on its level of wear and overall appearance. While not rare or especially valuable, it remains a collectible piece of American history and a stepping stone for beginner collectors or those completing full sets of Lincoln wheat cents. If you have a 1953D penny in this condition, it's worth holding on to if you're building a full wheat cent collection, or it could be traded as part of a bulk group. Either way, it represents a small but meaningful piece of numismatic heritage. Next up, the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is one of the most commonly found coins in old collections, coin jars, and circulation. While many people hope that any coin from the 1940s is rare or extremely valuable, the truth depends largely on condition, mint location, and whether there are any unique characteristics or errors. In this video, we're going to focus specifically on the 1944 wheat penny produced in Philadelphia, the one with no mint mark, and what it's worth today in dirty and damaged condition. Which is how most of these coins are found. The 1944 wheat penny was minted during a time when the United States was still deeply involved in World War II. Just a year earlier, in 1943, pennies were struck using zinc-coated steel due to copper shortages. That year was the only time in U.S. history when circulating pennies were made of steel instead of copper. However, in 1944, the U.S. Mint returned to using copper for 1-cent coins, though much of the metal came from recycled shell casings from the war. The 1944 penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. That year, Philadelphia produced over 1.4 billion wheat pennies, the highest mintage for any Lincoln cent up to that point. As a result, the 1944 no-mint mark penny is extremely common, especially in circulated condition. Millions of these coins remain in existence today, many of them stored away in coin folders or old boxes, still turning up in change even now. The design of the coin is the familiar Lincoln wheat cent design by Victor David Brenner. On the obverse side, you'll find Abraham Lincoln's profile facing right. Above his head is the phrase, "In God we trust." To the left is the word liberty, and to the right is the date 1944. Since it was minted in Philadelphia, there is no mint mark under the date. On the reverse side of the coin, there are two stylized wheat stalks, one on each side, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. The motto, E pluribus unum, runs along the top edge. Now, let's define what we mean by dirty and damaged condition. Many of the 1944 pennies found today have been through decades of use. A coin in dirty and damaged condition typically has heavy surface wear, may be discolored, corroded, or covered in grime, and might even have scratches, dents, or edge nicks. It could have been exposed to moisture, chemicals, or high temperatures, leading to spotting or pitting on the metal surface. In numismatic terms, such a coin falls into the good to about good category, and in some cases may not even reach collectible grade depending on the level of damage. Because the 1944 no mint mark wheat penny is so common, condition plays a major role in determining its value. In clean, uncirculated condition, this coin can be worth several dollars to collectors. But in dirty, heavily worn, or damaged condition, its value drops significantly. As of current market trends, a 1944 wheat penny in poor condition, with heavy wear, dirt, or damage, is typically worth between 2 and 5 cents. While this is still above face value, it's not considered a high-value collectible in this state. Coin dealers often buy or sell such coins in bulk, grouping them with other common wheat cents from the 1940s and 1950s, usually priced by the roll rather than individually. That being said, not all 1944 pennies are created equal. There are rare error coins from 1944 that are worth a significant amount, even in circulated or damaged condition. The most famous is the 1944 steel penny, a coin that was struck accidentally using leftover steel planchets from the previous year. Only a small number of these were produced, and they were never intended to be released. If you come across a 1944 penny that is silver or gray in color and sticks to a magnet, it may be one of these rare errors. Authentic 1944 steel cents can sell for thousands of dollars, even in worn condition. However, many of the so-called 1944 steel pennies found in circulation are simply 1943 steel cents with altered dates or 1944 copper pennies that have been coated or damaged to look silver. If your 1944 penny is heavily worn, dirty, or damaged, and it appears to be a normal copper version without any signs of unusual features or errors, then its value is likely in the low range. However, it still holds historical interest. Coins like these were used during an important time in American history. They traveled through thousands of hands, helped by food, goods, and newspapers during wartime, and now survive as small relics of the past. In conclusion, the 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark is one of the most common U.S. coins from the World War II era. When found in dirty and damaged condition, its value is generally between 2 and 5 cents in today's market. Unless it has a rare error, it is not considered a high-value item for collectors. However, it remains a meaningful coin, especially for those who appreciate history, and it often serves as a gateway into the hobby of coin collecting. Next up, the 1955 Lincoln wheat penny is one of the most recognized and widely collected coins in the wheat cent series. Not because it is rare, but because it comes from a period when coin collecting was gaining popularity in the United States. While most 1955 pennies are common, their value can still increase depending on condition. In this video, we'll focus specifically on the 1955 wheat penny with the D mint mark, and we'll look at how much it's worth today in extra fine condition. The Lincoln wheat penny was first minted in 1909 and continued through 1958, featuring the iconic reverse design with 2 wheat stalks. It was created to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and marked the first time a U.S. president was featured on a circulating coin. The designer was Victor David Brenner, whose initials appear subtly on the coin. The 1955 D penny was produced at the Denver Mint, which is what the D under the date stands for. In 1955, the Denver Mint struck more than 563 million Lincoln wheat cents, making it the highest-producing mint for this denomination that year. That high mintage means that the 1955 D penny is not considered rare in general. However, the condition of the coin plays a major role in determining how much it's worth today. When collectors assess the value of a coin, they rely heavily on its grade. Grades range from poor, which indicates a nearly unidentifiable coin, to mint state, which means the coin shows no signs of circulation. Extra fine, abbreviated XF or EF, sits in the higher end of circulated coins. A coin in extra fine condition shows light wear only on the highest points, with most details still sharp and clearly visible. For the 1955 D penny, this means Lincoln's hairlines, jawline, and coat will still display detail. On the reverse, the wheat stalks should be clearly defined with only minimal flattening at the tips based on current coin market trends and pricing data from online dealers, coin shows, and collector marketplaces. A 1955 D penny in extra fine condition is generally worth between 25 cents and 50 cents. This is significantly above its face value, and while not rare, it still reflects collector demand for well-preserved examples from the wheat penny era. The exact value within that range depends on eye appeal. A coin with even color, no corrosion, and strong remaining detail will usually command the higher end of the range. On the other hand, if the coin has spotting, environmental damage, or cleaning marks, the value may be lower, even if it still technically qualifies as extra fine. It's also important to note that higher grades can bring significantly more value. A 1955 penny in about uncirculated condition can sell for $1 to $2, and those in mint state condition, especially with full red color, can range from $5 to over $20, depending on the specific grade and whether it has been certified by a third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC. Now, when most people think of 1955 wheat pennies, they immediately think of the famous 1955 doubled die penny. That variety is extremely rare and valuable, with prices ranging from several $100s in lower grades to thousands in high grades. However, it's important to note that the doubled die only occurred on the Philadelphia minted coins and not on the Denver minted 1955 D pennies. So if your 1955 penny has a D mint mark, it is not the famous doubled die variety. Still, there are some minor varieties and errors that can occur on the 1955 D wheat penny. These include repunched mint marks, known as RPMs, die cracks, off-center strikes, and other minor minting anomalies. Some of these can raise the value of a coin, even in circulated condition. A repunched mint mark, for example, might increase the value by a few dollars if it's a well-recognized and dramatic example. To determine if your coin has one of these varieties, you'll need to examine it under magnification or consult a coin expert. Another factor that affects a coin's value is demand from collectors. Many coin collectors aim to complete sets of Lincoln wheat pennies by year and mint mark. For this reason, even common coins like the 1955 D in extra fine condition maintain steady market interest. It's also a great coin for beginner collectors because it's affordable but still part of a historic series. If you're looking to sell a 1955 D wheat penny in extra fine condition, your best options are local coin shops, coin shows, online marketplaces like eBay, or collector forums. Keep in mind that selling one coin at a time may not yield as much as selling a group or collection, and buyers often pay more for coins that are well photographed, accurately described, and, if possible, certified by a reputable grading service. If you're keeping it as part of your personal collection, it's worth storing it in a 2x2 cardboard holder, a coin flip, or a coin album to protect it from further wear and environmental damage. Although its value is modest now, coins like this can increase in value over the long term, especially as high-grade examples become scarcer over time. To summarize, the 1955 D wheat penny is a common but historically significant coin. In extra fine condition, it is worth about 25 to 50 cents in today's market. While it doesn't have the value of some rare varieties, it's still an attractive addition to any Lincoln cent collection and holds more than just monetary value. It's a piece of American history that reflects a time of growing prosperity and national pride during the post-war period.